Mental health has been a major concern during this pandemic. And it's also something psychologists are concerned about once the pandemic ends. Channel 3's Angela Kim spoke to some local therapists. Today, she joins us live with more. Angela.
While a tree psychologist predicts 15% of Americans will suffer from PTSD after the pandemic. Some key groups of people include mothers, caregivers, and teachers, plus many people who undergo traumas every day with the pandemic, like healthcare workers and first responders. Anyone could be affected, and therapists want you to be able to recognize those signs.
A lot more anxiety, a lot more depression, people just generally feeling unsure.
Clinical psychologist Erica Skidmore works daily to help people handle mental health. She says the need for help has gone up and that need could keep rising.
We will see more healthcare workers, first responders, really in like the year to come. It's very, very difficult to treat trauma while that trauma is still occurring.
Local therapist Lauren Higgins says she's seen a similar trend and wasn't surprised when studies showed how many people could suffer from PTSD from the pandemic.
To heal from traumatic events is to go in and connect with people. That's a little different now because now there's a health impact to the idea of the way that we might connect.
Higgins says PTSD can show itself in different forms. Some main signs include being hypersensitive and being triggered by certain aspects of the pandemic.
So there could be, especially for people who might already struggle with some obsessive compulsive disorder tendencies, there could be a heightened trigger for that.
Higgins and Skidmore say trauma can also show up in different ways, whether it's physically or mentally.
So for both of the populations that I work with a lot, there's been an increase in possible symptoms of those eating disorder struggles or substance use disorder struggles.
They both advise you to be proactive, especially if you have a history of mental health troubles.
There is absolutely no shame in asking for help, but PTSD is, it can be a serious mental health condition, and it does require, help from a professional who's trained in helping people to cope with that.
Higgins and Skidmore recommend listening to friends and family and getting help if those close to you are concerned about your health. If you're in need of resources, the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services has a COVID crisis counseling program. There's also a resource for teachers, healthcare workers, and first responders, and we'll have both of those links inside our WRCB app. Reporting in the studio, Angela Kim, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.